this one is for me as much as it is for you, collective. This is. You ever just been so called out on your own BS by a deck of cards? I love it. I love it. Don't get me wrong, but I hope you're ready for this one. Hello, and welcome to Ember's Guiding Light. I am Ember, a student of the universe, a weirdo on the internet, and somebody who just have a message for you. So stick around and see if today's message resonates with you. Today's reading is on the evening of Litha, the Summer Solstice, which is the longest day of the year, as opposed to the winter solstice or Yule, which is the longest night of the year, shortest day. Um, for today's message, I think today's going to be all about illumination. I have my orange calcite up here as a little symbol of fire and the flame as we go from the longer days to the shortening days, even though we're going into summer. Um, it's kind of interesting, isn't it? How, like, the turn of the wheel of time, the longest day of the year, marks the start of summer. And well, for the northern hemisphere, um, incredibly northern Eurocentric thinking. We've all got to work on unpacking our like biases and focuses, but I digress a little bit. But it is an important thing to remember. Um, for the northern hemisphere, we are going into summer. We are going into the warmer seasons, but the day is longest today at the very start of summer. We've also just entered into Cancer season. Hello to all my fellow Cancers. Been emotional. It's already been emotional. Um, but I think with this season, this longest day of the year, I'm really picking up on like what's being illuminated for us and like our path, our purpose, where we're going. I recently just got a deck that many of you that are familiar with tarot and oracle reads are going to be familiar with, the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck by Kim Krause. I just got my own copy and it's it's beautiful. I've had some very interesting readings for myself, and I'm excited to integrate that into our readings today. But I think today we're going to do a reading set up from the book on who we're talking to, where you are in your path in life, what tools you have available to you, and like where you are on your storyline. Okay? So I'm gonna get the deck set up. It does take a little bit of preparation, but I already have them sorted. I just need to get the pile sorted out and we'll get started. Okay, so we're starting with our pile of who. So then we have a pile of where, of what tools, and of why. Okay. So who am I talking with today in this collective reading? We are illuminating the path for. Thank you, Spirit and angels, as always, for your guidance. May this find who it needs to find. Who are we talking with today? I am still getting used to the circular deck. I'm used to the, we're not talking to half the deck, but thank you. I am more used to the standard tarot decks, so my shuffle technique needs practice with this style. The Shaman. Well, that's an honor and a half. Welcome, Shaman. Guide. We have a snake on here. We have some skulls. We have this like galaxy, this hand reaching out. You are the hand in the darkness. The diamond and the rough, the star. snake with transformation. I'm going to go ahead and read the shaman archetype, number 16. The Magi, the Sorcerer, the Medicine Woman. Three archetypal ingredients constitute the shaman, and all must be present in order to reveal its magic. First, the shaman is activated by long-standing and diligent study, like the mentor. Second, its orientation is generously and accurately aimed towards the healing of the self, the other, and the culture, the healer. And third, the shaman has a knack for finding doorways to the other world, allowing psychic visions and old magic to leak into this world, the unseen. In this way, the shaman is a master who bridges the everyday and the sacred, revealing potent power needed desperately in our time. Yet where there is power, there is shadow. So the shaman must be vigilant in studying their darkness. This card reminds us that the force of healing is ultimately not our own. We must shape it and share it with the world. When in light, fearless student and practitioner. When in dark, overpromises, blames, hurts themselves and others. With great power comes great responsibility. You have an access to an understanding that most people don't. You have your dreams. I don't know about you, my dreams have been very interesting. Um, since Pluto went into retrograde, honestly, it's been pretty strong for me and just building. So there's there's a path of transformation in the world that you are leading people through. And it's in your power and your understanding, but you have to fully understand the world around you and yourself to be able to provide a force of good. Okay? I mean, we are in a very transformative time right now. There's no doubt about that. Like when you look at the state of the world right now, it is pivotal in our change. And we need our shamans, our mystics, our brilliant, powerful, wise souls that can understand things at a level that others can't, that can see and define the world in ways that others might struggle to even begin to think of. The shaman knows, the shaman is aware. But the shaman can only guide when they fully understand themselves and their darkness, which, let me tell you, I'm tired of the shadow work, but I'm seeing more shadows in myself that have been triggered by other things, and I'm sorry to the people that are affected by that trigger in my shadow, but I'm aware of it, and that awareness helps in my healing. You aren't able to heal what you aren't aware of. So don't fear when you're being triggered right now. Know that those triggers are leading you to healing. You're a shaman, you're a guide. You are leading the path to transformation. You have a very powerful role in this lifetime, and that is incredible. That is incredible to behold. So where are you in could be a you can take these physical locations literally, but it's more of an energetic location, a mindset on your path in this lifetime. Where is the shaman? My collective of shamans here, like, you make me blush. Welcome, 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 shaman. Where is the shaman? My shamanic collective. Remember to tap into your past history, your roots and ancestry. Like, the deep practices of your people, especially especially if you're light skinned like me. Whiteness is like bleach. It sanitizes your history, your story, your culture, your connection to things. It keeps you so separate. So I'm really feeling guided to let you know, like, dig into your roots. What is your history? What is your nationality? I am a mix of Scandinavian, predominantly Finnish, Norwegian, German, um, in that like mix. And so instead of like saying like I'm white, I prefer to understand the history of like those countries and where I come from, their stories, their culture. That is your journey. But where are you, shaman? I'm having trouble finding you. Where is shaman? The shaman in the temple. The shamans. Shamans in the temple. Okay. That's so cool. Okay. The shaman, the temple, 39. 1639. The temple, the sanctuary, the shrine, the altar. When we think of the temple, we often envision an architectural structure in a far off land. We are quick to distance ourselves from the sacred, assuming we must expend much effort in order to arrive there. Yet the temple is a universal and omnipresent energy, accessible in the highest and lowest, richest and poorest of places. Visiting the temple might be as simple as stepping into the dappled light of the forest, slowly and sensuously kissing a lover, or closing your eyes to travel inward. This card is a call to re-examine what you pay homage to and what you reject. What do you spend your time worshiping? Your phone? Your money? Material goods? What barriers do you draw between yourself and the sacred? Perhaps there is room on your altar for something new, something surprising. Offer it to the heavens. When in light, reverence for all, life as sanctuary. When in dark, idolatry, cults, and strict spirituality. So what I'm seeing with this is like, I mean, the shaman knows already. The shaman knows. I wonder if Gnosis is gonna come out. I'm curious. For the Y, there's only 9 cards. Eight cards, 9 cards, something like that. Like it's a low number. So I'm curious if Gnosis is coming out. Because the Gnostic teachings talk about how the divine, the path to the sacred is within. It is within you because you are part of the divine. There's this concept that I've been kind of playing with, and I've discussed it in a few of my videos, especially my like driving chats, but um we recognize that everything in the world is made of matter. Like atoms come together to form my body as I am, just, carbons, hydrogens, oxygens, all of these different atoms molecularly come together in structures to make me as a being, to make this dress. Like everything is matter, it is molecules, and there is an energetic force that holds it all together. And in our bodies, like I have my tea here, and I drink my tea. and I've taken the molecules from the tea, put it into my body, and I've taken part of the universe and put it in me. And later, when I go to the bathroom, I'm going to expel part of the universe back into itself. We are in the universe of the universe, always exchanging with the universe. And the universe itself is everything. And we recognize spiritually and divinely that God is the all. God is everything. God is omnipresent. The sacred is omnipresent, which means it is in all of us, of all of us. The temple does not have to be a specific location, though we can create this, like, how do I want to say this? I do believe there is an energetic level to it. Like there is, um, in churches, in temples of all faiths, um, there's different like figures that like I want to be clear. You're not worshiping the figure. Like I have these beautiful um, sculptures here. I saw this and I immediately thought of Hecate. Um, had to get her, and then there was a matching one in pink. Uh, I promise this is all relevant. Um, which made me think of Aphrodite, um, which are two of the goddesses that I've been working with. And like this divine feminine energy is definitely something I've been tapping into. But I don't worship that specific rock sculpture. This isn't a god to me in the same way depiction of Jesus on the crucifix is not. You're not worshiping the depiction, you're not worshiping the picture, you're not worshiping a figure, you are worshiping like that helps you conceptualize a path to the divine, because when you're trying to think about everything, the human mind cannot conceive of that. It cannot conceptualize everything. So figures are ways to access a face of the divine. And that, by the way, I'm just going to sidetrack a little bit, is why I believe that pretty much all religions are right, because we are all looking at faces of an omnipresent, infinite existence. It's all just different rules on how we want to go about it. But I'm going to trust that that message needed to be in there, but I don't want to get too caught in like my personal beliefs. I just want you to understand that the temple, as they said, is everywhere because it is in you, it is of you, because you are part of the divine and the sacred. The sacred is in you, and you are sacred. Treat yourself as sacred. Okay? The shaman, the temple, what tools does the shaman have? This might be something you physically have. This might be a representation of something. It doesn't have to be like a something you physically own, but it could be something you have a depiction of. Could be something you have a tattoo of specifically. I don't have any tattoos, so that might be for someone else. Um, the temple, the shaman. What are we showing? The temple, the shaman, the tool that they have. What is this? The mirror, the moon, reflections, illusions. You and the diamond on here. like a diamond in the sky, and the cards themselves have a depiction of it, a diamond on there. Um, Shine bright like a diamond in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond in the sky. Diamonds don't shine, they reflect, but a diamond in the sky is a star, and a star shines. So, but you know what reflects? Mirrors and the moon. The moon reflects the light back. I was talking about we were just in Cancer season, so maybe a Cancer looking at the reflection. This is number 68. That's one of the last ones, isn't it? Well, 69 is the last one, but almost there. No, no, it goes into the 70s. Never mind. Okay. The mirror, the reflection, the illusion, and the looking glass. We are looking into mirrors every day without recognizing them as portals to another realm. Remember, the shaman can travel through the portals. It understands, recognize these portals. Okay? They can shatter, flatter, distort, reflect, and project an image back to us that we deem to be true. The energy of the mirror is all about self perception. When the archetype of the mirror appears, we are in the mythic land of Narcissus, who saw himself reflected in the pool and fell in love with his own image. So compelled by his reflection, he could not turn away, a fixation that eventually led to his death. Recognize the power and danger of the mirror. It is a construct, one that may drive a shard between you and your true self. I'm hearing the ego. That's for me as much as it is for other people, but we'll get to that in a second, okay? The mirror contains trickster energy. Put the phone down, stop with the comparisons, and let the mirror stand empty for a while. Rest with the one inside. When in light, witnessing the deeper self, pure awareness. When in dark, narcissism, comparison, and harsh edges. I'm wondering. So I was just gonna pick up the temple, and I got the river, the reflection in the water, seeing yourself reflected. And there's something that I'm personally struggling with, so I'm going to share it with you so that you may look at it as a reflection into your own shadows and what you need to explore. In in my path, especially as someone that does feel connected to this shaman card and like wanting to help people and guide them, I don't always get it right. I don't. Not perfect. And I understand that logically, but when I see it happen in real time, it scares me. And instead of leaning into that fear and letting it show me areas of fault and allowing to improve myself, I tend to run from that reflection. If I don't have to acknowledge the darkness, it's not there, right? Any fellow avoidance out there, huh? So, the shaman and the reflection, the moon, the illumination, the temple, going into yourself, honoring yourself, understanding yourself, your sacred, your path, and not being afraid of what you see inside yourself when looking into the darkness, when exploring these portals of reflection on yourself and the illusions that we hold to believe we are good, because you can end up in a very self-righteous, holier than thou, when you see yourself as the temple, when you see yourself as the shaman, and you don't recognize your own humanity. Okay? Now, said there's only a few of the Y cards. So what is the why? Why this message now for the shamans that are here with me, moving through this message, listening to my story, reflecting on their own story. The shaman in the past. I feel it in my pointer finger. I think it's this one. I'll make sure. Since there's so few, I'll just spread them out. No, it's definitely this one. Okay, this is the word Aletheia. We have two roses, light and dark, opposites, shadows. All right, let's read Aletheia, because these are the concepts that are very, like, the Y cards are concepts I'm very not familiar with. But Aletheia, the truth. Our soul recognizes the truth. When someone speaks it, a cool wave of relief washes over the room, and all the facts and figures in the world fall by the wayside. Such is the power of Aletheia. It has an undeniable resonance that goes beyond the rational. We can also recognize Aletheia by its contagiousness. When we hear someone speak the truth, we see the truth within ourselves and are more likely to tell our own story. The Aletheia card requires us to step toward an act of truth. This might look like a conversation, a gesture, a poetic act, or a ritual that honors the unveiling of what's been concealed. Reclaiming your own truth is a way to reclaim your vital energy, health, and sense of belonging in the world. Truth has its own wings. Set it free. When in light, clarity, revelation, disclosure. When dark, distortions, gaslighting, and excuses. Ooh, this one is for me as much as it is for you, collective. This is. You ever just been so called out on your own BS by a deck of cards? I love it. I love it. Don't get me wrong, but oh, I hope you're ready for this one. You've got to find the truth. You've got to seek the truth. No more illusions and distortions. You have the ability to do it, especially those Cancer energies. I see you. I see you, my fellow Cancers. I know. I know. And you don't always do it from a place of malice, but you're just not recognizing your own shadow, the dark side of the moon, right? That's okay. You're being called to recognize it because you need to understand the darkness within so that you can continue to help others. You have a power, you have a gift, and you have truth that you are revealing. The light in the dark in the light, the truth in between. You're helping people find the temple, the guidance, the sanctuary, the the sacred within. Don't be afraid of the mirror. Don't be afraid of what reflects you. Don't be afraid of the darkness that you find in yourself when you are moving through these portals. Embrace the truth. Don't be afraid of it. It is so important. Okay. I just want to add for my shaman in the temple, looking at the reflection, seeking the truth. What can my shamans look forward to? as they expand on this truth, as they move into this truth, this revelation, this reflection time. Balance. Balance in the material and as above, so below, as within, so without. A true balance in your life. On the material plane, spiritual plane. And then we have the Two of Wands reversed and the Empress. And what I'm hearing is you don't have to go anywhere to receive what you desire. It's already here. It's already with you. You just need the balance. I'm just gonna show you the bottom side of the Empress here. I have to cover most of the card because the art is beautiful. But it's got some aspects that I don't like to see. But it's in your heart. The truth is in your heart. It's not out somewhere. Like you don't have to go anywhere to find the truth. The truth is within you. Okay? I'm gonna get one more card from my shamans, and we'll close this message out. Okay? It's one last thing you want to say to the shamans. That's a third of the deck. Let's try that again, Spirit. One last message for the shamans tonight to close out the reading. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels. We have Ace of Pentacles and Seven of Wands. Now, it fell on the floor, so I just don't know which direction it wanted to be read. But the optimist in me wants it to be upright for you. Close it out. Defending the truth. Defending the truth. You know, I have to think about this for a minute, okay? Um, it's they had mentioned in one of the cards about balancing the material with um the sacred and this balance, and like as an entire society we've been very caught up in money and material and physical, and it's time to step away from that. It's we're so caught up in the things we have. We have so many things in the world. So much stuff. So much stuff. Everybody do need. Like all these things. And it's because we're trying to fill this void of a lack of connection to our spiritual selves, trying to find the answer in stuff, in the material. And that's not where our peace comes from. Our peace comes from the sacred within. Our 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 peace comes when we can actually sit with ourselves. Can you sit with yourself in silence? Can you just are you able to be alone with your thoughts? Or does that scare you? Is that something you need to run into your phone? That's to me as much as it is to you. I like to think that I'm good, but I spend so much time overstimulated and on my phone scrolling infinitely for answers, I guess. Try to stay informed on everything going on, but sometimes you just have to sit with yourself. Listen to yourself. I'm getting so many notifications. Sit with yourself. Sit with your thoughts, your ideas. If your mind is something you feel you need to run from, you're the one in control of your thoughts. Not specifically like there's obviously our subconscious, right? Um there's the way we were raised. If you're um have a history of trauma, um there I don't want to get too heavy. I emotionally cannot handle that right now. Um but if your thoughts do reach such a dark place, know that those thoughts are things that were put into you. It's not something you're inherently born with. You were not born not valuing yourself. You were not born not loving yourself. You have no concept of love and joy. In fact, babies like look at their mothers and like their parents, their primary caregivers, and they look to their those expressions to learn when to laugh, when to cry, when to be happy, when to be sad, when to be scared. Like you learn everything from your primary caregivers. So if you don't like the way that your primary caregivers are operating in the world, there is a shadow in yourself that you need to look at, reflect on, and move through. You can say that that's not my path. That's not my journey. I'm not going out in whatever line of thought that those that came before me were in. I'm going to sit in my own divine empress energy in my own power. And anybody that don't like it, anybody that don't like it, I don't care. I don't care. I got myself. Okay? I protect my peace. I protect my knowing. I protect my wisdom. And I'm not afraid of my truth. I think I got everything that I needed to say out. So I'm gonna leave that there, but my fellow shamans going through this reading, I'm here for you. I'm here with you. Um, I might be looking into setting up to do readings for other people. I've been practicing with people in my personal life. But we might be opening up a path for doing readings for others. So I'll keep you updated on that. Um, don't forget to subscribe. So actually, no, first, okay. Um, more frequent updates, thoughts, insights, who I am as a person, outside of Ember's Guiding Light. You can find me at Ember's Guiding Light on Instagram. Please follow me there so you can get all the fun, more sporadic, consistent updates. I also do weekday daily card reads. I've been starting to do that on my Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe so that you know when I'm posting. Hit that little bell notification so you get the notification because otherwise I'm going to be buried. I'm a little baby creator. Subscribe. You can check out some of my other videos, see if there's another reading that might resonate with you. And I thank you so much, shamans. I'll see you in the next video.